Pierre bought a hotel.
I bought a hotel, and I live here now, and I'm never coming back.
Lights Comics Action's doing really good.
Yeah, I bought a Super 8.
We leave the lights on for you. Is that Super 8 or Motel 6 or what?
I don't know. Probably. This is
were the
your
lights
journey
on when you walked in the room?
No, the air wasn't on.
They're liars.
The whole hotel is so hot and like humid, dude.
Dang. Do they have a pool?
Terrible. It's terrible. I don't want to take my comics out of anything.
It's Motel 6. Anyways.
That was the close second. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Collective Comics and the Lights Comics Action Podcast. We are coming to you. I'm at a Super 8. I'm at a Super 8. The homie Jake is here as well, and he is at home.
Hopefully the sound's not horrible. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad to me, so hopefully it sounds pretty good. But
I think by 2023, iPhone hopefully has it kind of figured out for this kind of stuff.
Either that or you'll have to get... I have one of those little mini microphones, like the ones that are like super little.
Yeah.
You might have to take that with you next time.
Right, just talk into it like this.
Hello?
Hello?
So this week in Lights Comics Action.
Right. But this is episode 39.
39,
man. We're almost at 40 weeks.
Yeah.
40 weeks.
Yeah, hopefully... It'd be nice if we could figure out how to do the 40th in person, but I don't know if that's going to happen with everything going on this summer. But
yeah, I know. I'm hoping to be back and off of this job and at home, sleeping in my own bed during the week again, because I miss that.
I bet, man. It's different out there sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes home isn't where you want to be, but in your own bed is a nice place to come back to, you know.
Yeah, always.
It's like when I was in Hawaii, I definitely didn't want to leave Hawaii, but I was like ready to get back to my stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like,
if I could just take my stuff to Hawaii, then I'd be good. But
all right, did you take your animals to Hawaii?
No.
No, I was wondering. I for some reason I was like, I don't know if he took the animals or not.
No. They would not do well on a plane for what is it, like 16 hours?
Oh,
whatever it was. 13 hours.
Woof.
Yeah. Well, we're doing a full comics episode today. We did a lot of movies last episode. This one's full comics. We're gonna take a look at some of the Hot 10. Is that what it's called? Hot 10. We got
the Hot 10 list.
We got some. There's a couple of keys and some things coming out that I want to talk about, and there's some exciting stuff going on in comics right now. So, where would you like to start, my friend?
Let's see. We're going to start with number 10 on the list. Is this thing still going?
Nope.
It's not?
No.
Okay. I was really hoping that it was going to go. I didn't know if it was or not.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I can read them off.
Do you have it? I don't have the other notes, like what key this is. I have like its price spikes and stuff like that, but.
So, we got... This is the Hot 10, right? Where are we at?
So I got Strange World number 4.
Yes, sir. Right now it's selling for a low of $465, a mid of $1.3K, and a high of $4.7 thousand.
It's a lot.
Those are big numbers. Those are big numbers, you know?
Those are really big numbers. The only thing with key collectors, the low, mid, and high really confused me.
Yeah.
On there, you know, I don't know what how their averages or what their metrics are as far as the low, mid, and high, but right under that, I know that it did say 9.0 recently sold for $21,600.
Yeah. So that's significantly higher than the high.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. So I don't know if it's just raw, low, mid, high.
Yeah, I don't know, or maybe it's an average, and that one just pinged high, so I don't know.
Yeah.
$21,000 for a Strange Worlds 4.
Right. Number 4 in a 9.0. There's a
Yeah.
6.5 that recently sold for a 3.2 thousand,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a 2.5 that sold for $405.
Yeah. So that's on the low side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the high, medium, and lows are kind of weird, but we got some additional information here to go through. So
Yeah, so they're spiking a little bit. I think it's only a few percent over their 90-day average, but the last I believe in the last 30 days, it could be 30
mhm.
days. It also could be 90 days is what they collect from. So in the last 90 days, those three books sold in those conditions and were high sales,
Dang.
which
All I'm
is
seeing is this is early golden age science fiction. Do you know why this is spiking right now?
I've seen a lot of recent horror books. I
Mm,
think it could be, well, not recent horror books, but recently I've seen a lot of like golden age horror and older silver age horror comics that people are really interested in right now. Really, really interested in. I think it's kind of tying into number 9 on the list.
okay.
To number 9, which is going to be House of Secrets, number 92. House
I
of Secrets 92.
that's
That's the first
actually
appearance of Swamp Thing.
oh okay. House of Secrets. So is Strange Worlds DC?
I think
I don't know what Strange World is off the top of my head.
Strange Worlds is, I'm pretty sure, I don't think it's either of them.
Okay.
I think it's
That's
like its own horror. I mean, it could have been put out by Marvel, but if it's Golden Age, Marvel wasn't even really around. They were under a different name.
right.
So I forget. There was like Atom or Atomic or something comics and
Yeah.
weird things like that. Um, I
I,
don't know
I
who
was
put that one out.
I was just wondering because DC is doing the whole Night Terrors thing, which we'll get into a little bit later,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little bit more on the horror side. Horror
That was great, dude.
horror,
Oh my
horror,
god.
horror. We just out here being horror. But maybe that's. I wonder why the Swamp Thing appearance is trending. We did hear a little while back about the possible Swamp Thing movie coming from James Gunn, and
I think we're still getting rumors about that.
yeah, and rolling into some of the Night Terror stuff coming out now. I'm
Yeah,
surprised
it's
there's not more DC stuff on this list.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but I think we're going to get deeper into it and we're going to start seeing a common trend in a lot of these books,
Right.
right?
Um,
You know, with House of Secrets, there was a 9.4, which is up 3% right now, which isn't a big deal, but it is a big deal for $13,967. That was its recent 90-day average, and the high sale of it now is $14,400.
right. The 8.0 selling for $3,360 over the average of 3,000, almost even. So definitely some spikes.
Right? Little bit of spikes. It does make me curious because I know little things have kind of happened here and there with Swamp Thing getting shelved, Swamp Thing, James Gunn posting about it and like
Mm-hmm.
tweeting about it and doing other things like that. I feel like anytime James Gunn does anything or posts anything, people are really wanting the Swamp Thing, so they get hyped on it again. We saw it dip when they were like, this is getting shelved, but
Yeah.
then every time James Gunn says Swamp Thing, maybe it's gonna happen. We
It
don't
is
know.
it's crazy saying that they're not like 3% spike. Okay, 3% is not a big number, but from 13.9 to 14.4, that's a significant
$500
number
jump.
when some people are just hoping their comic makes that difference, period. And this one is just a difference of that going up to
Mm.
almost $14,500.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are really. Everybody was so hyped when the first appearance of Spider Boy, Spider-Man number 7, I
Mm-hmm.
think 27, no 7. Spider-Man 7 was the first appearance of Spider Boy.
It's actually
Uh,
Spider-Man 10. We got that in the keys of the week, the
is it 10?
debut of new Spider-Boy Power. Oh, it's the new Spider-Boy Power. So yeah, he would have had to come out right before that.
Yeah, Yeah, so
Yes,
I
yes,
think it was number
yes.
7. So number 7 spiked, and that's a book that people were so hyped went from $4 to $30.
Right.
And I think it's going to kind of float there for a little bit. I don't know if it's going to lose too much value. I think it's going to be a $20 book and probably stay there.
Right on. Getting
But
into
oh,
go ahead.
all right. I was going to say we're talking about Spider-Man already. We're getting into number
Spider-Man.
4.
Yep.
Number 4 on the list with the ASM 41.
ASM
ASM 41.
41, the first appearance. Oh, nope, I'm reading the wrong thing. The first appearance of Rhino. So
Yep.
we know why this is spiking right now. Definitely know why. Craven the Hunter is coming out the end of the year, and we got a cool shot in the trailer of him actually turning into the Rhino. So we're gonna get. It's not like a big mechanized suit or anything like that. It's going to be. It looks like it's actually going to be him turning into a Rhino, and
Which
I'm
could be
actually
sweet.
kind of pumped. I'm kind of pumped to see how it's going to look in the end.
Me too. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a really interesting one to see. We've seen them try to do like the Thing and
Yeah,
stuff like that, but I feel like if they do it right, this is going to be a cool King Kong-esque type Rhino.
yeah,
You
and
know,
when like the earlier 2000s Fantastic Four thing and the Thing of 2015, there's significant jumps in how good it looks. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
I think one was
now,
CG, right? One was full CG.
I mean, I think they're both full CG. It's just the quality of CG has changed so much that
I thought the
we
first one was a suit.
was it.
I
I
thought it was
mean,
all makeup in a suit.
if it was a suit, it's looking like the '90s Ninja Turtle suits.
Yeah.
And those were no, I mean those were crazy for the '90s, but I don't want to see those in 2005. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
see. Um, but
You want
yeah,
to know
this
something even crazier?
what's up?
2 weeks ago, I got and picked up a copy at Greg's of ASM 40.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What is that one?
That is the death of the Green Goblin.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
when
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when Spider-Man jumped out of the way and the Goblin got killed by his glider and stabbed in the gut. The Toby way.
Yeah, we need a Willem Dafoe back. You know,
Yes.
we might not agree on Toby, but we definitely agree on Willem Dafoe. I think
I love Toby. I love Toby.
Willem Dafoe was such a good Goblin.
Hmm.
Um, so getting into the next one on the list is Ultimate Fallout #4 with the first appearance of Miles Morales.
Yes, indeed.
I wonder why this is spiking. I wonder why
Yeah, I
this
was
is
just
popping.
about to say that too. I wonder why. How could this possibly be spiking right now? It's not like Across the Spider Verse just happened,
Right. Or
and
any
then
of
we
the news for the third one, or um,
exactly.
is this the beginning of the trend that you said we're about to see?
Yes.
Just Spider-Man, and then we got another Spider-Man, and it looks like we're probably going to get another Spider-Man.
Yep.
But
Yes, indeed.
Fallout 4 is a low of 60 right now, a mid of 180, and a high of 600. 9.8 just sold for almost $2,000, 1.982.
That's crazy.
These are expensive books.
Yeah, it's an expensive paper, my guy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy, especially which is because it's up on the 90-day average
Mm-hmm.
right now. So it's up on the 90-day average. So it's going back up. This book hit prices of $8,000
Dang.
and a 9.8 in 2020 during the comic boom and the first time Miles hit.
I think it's cool too because this isn't Golden Age, this isn't Silver Age. This is a more recent book, and I like that we can see people are buying recent books too for big chunks of money, and I think it's cool that the new stories have so much of effect on all this stuff, and it's not just remember the old stories and I remember the old books and Golden Age and Silver Age, this and that. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool that we're getting newer books on this list as well.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. And the thing is that like the stuff that was written back then, everything was new.
Yeah.
So I think modern comics a lot of times get a lot of hate. People don't like modern comics because they pump them out so fast. They were doing the same thing back then. The only
Hmm.
difference is there was way less publishers, and then on top of that, everything that any publisher did anytime was brand spanking new.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying? It wasn't trying to create a character, and yeah, you might be ripping off the other guy's comic, but like the story, hasn't been told before. Now it's kind of like you see a version of a character that is a version of another character, you
yeah.
know, and you kind of see a common denominator, I
I
guess you
feel
could say.
I feel like we're also in a time where that's happening a lot more. I feel like, I mean, there were changes with like um Frank Miller doing Daredevil and then going to Batman and changing that up a little bit. But
Hmm.
even like from the new 52 on, we're getting a lot more new characters, it seems. We're getting a lot more new villains. And, we have a lot of changes that are happening now. And I feel like they're more open to it now. It's not, I feel like for a long time, it was almost like them coasting on the old stories. And,
Yeah.
let's, as long as it's Batman, let's just make anything Batman and it's cool, not like introducing new turns and twists and stuff. So I think it's really cool that we're getting a lot of new stuff again. Something like Miles, you probably wouldn't have seen that back then. So
No, not at all. Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's
Everybody
I
would have
think
just
it's
been like,
awesome.
"What's the Spider Verse?" I think we were in a socially different time where it would have just not been accepted. Because for
Yeah,
the longest time, it's like, that was people were watching a superhero movie and go, "Yeah, but that was so unrealistic."
yeah.
You're watching a superhero movie.
I mean, even going back to like Fantastic Four when they created them, it was so crazy that like Susan Storm, or not Susan Storm. Is it Susan Storm? What is her name?
Yeah.
Susan, yeah. Had powers, and she was, up there and keeping up with the guys. And,
Hmm.
we get things like Jean Grey and Storm and things like that from the X-Men. And
Yep.
then we got like Black Panther and things like that. So I feel like Marvel's kind of always been a little bit ahead of DC on like, let's push the boundaries a little bit. Like let's make a character that might be a little controversial, but they need
Hmm.
representation. So let's make it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. And I mean, here we see it with Miles as well.
Yes, indeed, we do. People are falling in love with them. I fell in love with them.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I love Miles. I love everything Miles. Anytime a Spider Verse is gonna come out, until they kill Miles off, I'm gonna see it. And I'm gonna put some money into it.
But he's already born into a verse, so if they kill Miles, there's always another one.
Oh, here we
Eh,
go.
eh,
Yeah, he's the
it's,
Prowler.
yeah, it's just sometimes he's the problem. The next book on the list is Conan the Barbarian #1. I don't know what that was, but I'm here for it.
Here's the big.
First first appearance of Conan the Barbarian, and the first cameo appearance of King Kull. A little
Yes,
too far.
yes. I think this has to do with. Is it a TV show or movie? I'm throwing it.
I,
I'm losing it.
I'm losing it too because I don't even know what you're talking about.
They're
I was
coming out
I
with
was
the Conan.
I was gonna ask you why it's spiky. Not
Oh, that's why it's spiky.
I,
That's
I
why it's
can't
spiky.
I can't have all the answers, Javier. I don't know what you want from me.
I think they leaked the possibility of a Conan coming
Right.
to, yeah, coming to screen, and I'm here for that. But this book has a 90-day average. It's up 4%. It
Hmm.
was it's going for $900. Over its previous $867, which $30 is 4%. So I'll take it.
Right. This is something they've tried a few times. I feel like we've seen some Conan stuff.
Mhm.
I think seeing it in 2023 could be totally different with the technology and the ability that we have now with all the different. Now I'm not even going to remember what they are, like what they're using for the Mandalorian with the big LED screens where
Oh yeah, like
you
the rooms.
Yeah,
Um,
I keep
forget
wanting to
what
say
it's called too.
parallel, but it's not parallel. Um, but the 9.0, so for 900, like you said, the 8.5 is selling for 638, 8.0, 621. So it's almost like every grade of this one is spiking a little bit.
Yeah, big
And it's,
time. I forget what it is, if it's a TV show or if it's a movie, but that's the reason it's spiking.
I feel like it'd be cool to see a show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of started liking the shows a little bit more. Just
You
I
just
feel
get
like you can
more.
get I feel like you can get more information out of them. You can dwell on the story a little bit longer, stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I think it'd be
I
cool to see a
say
show.
I like movies because I can just I can sit down and watch the movie and then I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like right now, my issue like with Secret Invasion and the reason I didn't finish like Mandalorian and stuff like that was I I didn't have the time. I kind of have to like set aside time
yeah,
for watching a TV show. You know, because it is so much content, and when I want to watch it, I want to watch 4 hours at a time.
yeah.
You know,
Right. Um, I don't know. I like it. I like it. It's like that nice half hour to hour cool down before bed or something. You know what I mean? It's like
I can never just watch just one. That's my problem.
it's like it's like Pringles for you. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. You just gotta keep going, you know.
Yeah, dude, or Oreos. Like
Or
Oreos, you can't just have one. You got to eat the whole sleeve.
I don't know, man. I'd be cool with eating just like half an Oreo. That's fine with me.
You don't
Just
like
the cream.
Oreos?
I just want the cream out the middle. I like to eat the cream filling.
Yes. Dude, they need
That
to sell. They need to sell just the Oreo frosting in a jar. Like
yeah,
you ever had that marshmallow fluff in a jar?
yeah,
They
yeah.
need to sell that shit in a jar or the middle of a York peppermint patty.
I usually just like twist them apart and take the cream and I'll just stack a bunch of them on one cookie and I'll just start giving all the cookies to my wife and then I just have like this big cookie, just like two outsides of an Oreo with a bunch of cream in the middle, and that's what I eat.
Damn. And you get
If
the
I
double stuff too, so they're really thick.
yeah, the quadruple stuffed, you know, so
Yeah, dude, I think they have them. I'm not
they probably
joking.
do. Yeah, I'd imagine.
They just
I,
start stuffing as much as they can into it, dude. I swear.
I like the peanut butter ones though. The peanut butter does a nice job overpowering the chocolate. I don't like chocolate, so you know you gotta get that peanut butter.
Yeah, I can
Get
only
that
take so
peanut
much
butter.
chocolate.
Yeah, I should get peanut butter and the regulars, and then alternate the peanut butter with the cream, and then have a peanut butter cream Oreo. All right,
Oh,
we gotta get back to this list before we give Oreo too many ideas that they're not gonna pay us for.
right. Yeah, I gotta go to Walmart, dude.
Right? Yeah, I gotta go get Oreos right now.
Yeah, dude. I gotta end this podcast now, bro.
Somebody's listening to this in their car and they just accidentally stop and buy Oreos. They're
Yeah,
like, why did I want Oreos so bad all of a sudden? I'm
we're gonna
hungry
make
and I
them
don't know
hungry.
why. Right.
Make the listeners hungry.
There you go.
There
My
we
mouth is
go.
watering right now. So, Wolverine #1 is next on the list. First appearance of Yukru, first solo Wolverine title. So,
Mhm.
um, give me some reasons. Give me some reasons why. Why
Oh, gee,
Wolverine?
I wonder why. I wonder why. Deadpool friggin' 3.
Yeah, it is
This
kind of
book's been
funny.
on the list.
Some of these, it's like, yep, I expect that. You know, with the Rhino, the
Mhm.
Miles, the Wolverine, and then you have things like Conan. It's like, what are they doing? What they might be doing something. Is it a show? You know, it's like
Right, yeah.
maybe we need
But
to figure these things out.
for real, yeah, 9.8 sold for $753, which is actually 9% over its $694 90-day average, which is
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Awesome news for Wolverine. It's funny because I actually just sold 2 copies of Wolverine issue number 2.
Right
Yep.
there
So
it
those,
is.
yep, whatnot. You got to be there. Got to be there for the auctions.
Link in the description. Get free $10.
Seriously,
It get you a
seriously.
little bit closer to a 9.0 Wolverine #1.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that
Yeah,
9% would knock it off.
knock it off, boy.
Knock it
Knock it
off.
off.
Knock it off.
I'm Batman. Uh, next on the list, we're we're continuing our trend of Amazing Spider-Man number 50. First appearance of Kingpin. This is where it's at. Of course, Kingpin needs to be on the list somewhere. You know,
Of course.
Kingpin, bro.
Yes. And this is also the issue where Spider-Man walks away from the suit. Where Peter
Ooh,
Parker says, "No more Spider-Man."
no mas. I bet you somebody like Kingpin gets him back in the suit though.
Yeah, I bet.
He's like, wait. He's just
I'm
Peter
trying
Parker.
to complete. I'm trying to complete the run of 38 through 50
Right.
because I have 40 right now. The Death of the Green Goblin, and then I need the 2 before that to get building up, and then I need after that because you're going to see what comes immediately after that.
I want to see a panel of Peter Parker in the landfill looking for a suit. He like threw it away. He's like, "No, I want it back." And he's just like digging through garbage trying to find. This is Spider-Man now.
Homeless.
This is your mind. This is your mind on drugs.
This is your mind on webs.
Yeah. All right. So you said what's next? What's next is Amazing Spider-Man 78, the first appearance of the Prowler.
Ooh.
Who's the Prowler? Miles
Morales.
So another one where we kind of know why is spiking.
Oh yeah, we of course going back to the same movie that's making the other one spike. Across the Spider-Verse. Yep. Yes, indeed. This is one that I definitely need to grab. I don't have this one yet. I need to grab. If I can get my hands on a few copies, I'm gonna try.
8% spike on the 9.2 on this one.
Yes. Yeah, I think 11, it's sold for $780.
780. Yeah, over the 724 average.
Wow. There we go, boys.
The 4.0 has an 11% spike, so even if you got a low grade on this one, now's a good time to try to get rid of that thing.
Yeah, I mean, or just pick it up. Just pick up a low grade because this is when you start seeing those trends.
Mm-hmm.
More stuff happens to Miles being the Prowler. More stuff happens with the Prowler. We're going to be getting, I'm assuming we're going to be getting Childish Gambino as the Prowler in the MCU because they confirmed that. Kind of.
Yeah.
In the movie, so a lot of stuff is going to be happening.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's if that happens with the MCU, that's going to cause this book to go for a lot more than that 780. I promise you, it's gonna be a whole nother Miles Morales situation because it is.
Yeah. Getting into your little run of Spider-Man, sitting right there at Spider-Man 39, Green Goblin and Spider-Man Discover. You just keep picking up your paper and dropping it.
No, I have a little notepad.
And are you just rip off one? Oh, I thought you were just like dropping it, and then you just have to like go find it again.
And throwing it up when I'm done with the games.
I'm just like, why you keep dropping it? You just have to pick it back up. Like, what are you doing? All right, Green Goblin and Spider-Man discover one another's identities. First artwork of The Amazing Spider-Man by Joan Renata. I can't read that far away. It's close enough. Spider-Man and Green Goblin. This is right up your alley here, huh? Kingpin,
this
Spider-Man,
is literally
Green Goblin.
The issue 38, 39, right. 40. That's what I need. So
there we go. What one is this? This is a 29% spike on a 9.8. Yeah. That's a big jump there.
Yeah, and it's very rare to find a 9.8 and have a 9.8, so it makes sense. So we're going to be talking big numbers. Big numbers.
Yeah. If you got a cool 52K sitting around, grab yourself a Spider-Man.
You can almost need 53.
Yeah.
52.8.
Right.
$1,000. Holy.
Let me look at this 2.0. That might be a little bit more in my price range. 170, perfect.
Yeah. Down. Yeah. I think realistically, if you're looking at raw prices, 170 to 250. I mean, it could be a little bit more than that. That's probably accurate if you're trying to find this book. Raw is the way to go. Get it graded.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because anything good is just solid for these ones. This is the Silver Age, Marvel Age chipping. That's where these terms come from, is because of these books.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's a big number. That's a big jump.
52.8 thousand versus its 90-day average of $40,000. That is nuts.
Yeah, $40,000 is light work. I
Yeah.
just got that sitting around.
Yeah.
It's that extra 28%, 29% that I
It's that extra
don't
12K.
have. That's
The
gonna break the
extra
bank
twelve
on.
thousand
Yeah,
dollars.
I can't do the
Yeah,
extra 12.
40K, no big deal. 12K, screw that.
Yeah, yep. That's where I'm sitting. That's where I'm living. Right in that 40 to 50K range. Uh,
Jeez.
a
Oh my god.
day. No, I'm just
But
kidding.
man, I'm hyped on it. I'm about it. If I could ever justify spending $60,000 on a comic, I'd probably buy it in a 9.8, but
Do it for the
can't do it
gram.
now. What's up?
Do it for the gram.
I will. Don't.
All
I'll do it for the
maybe
two.
maybe you can get it in a mystery bag and then end up with a Hulk one or something.
Right. I'm gonna have
No,
to
what
go to
was
the
it?
bank and just be like, can you approve a loan on this asset?
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Most people's cars don't cost that much, so that's where we're at. You can get a truck or
Yeah.
a comic. But I mean, I'd probably go with the comic at this point. You don't have to put gas in a comic.
Hey, at least the second you take that comic home, it's not gonna depreciate.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
it could, but
you
you're not
gotta
driving it off
if
the
you get
lot
that comic, you
immediately.
gotta crack open that slab and smell it. You know what I mean? Just rip it open.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I could. If I had a
Yeah.
graded one, I'd
No.
be like,
No.
"Can you
No.
open this? Like, take
Yeah.
it to CGC,
You
send
just
it,
smell it, and you're like, "All right, put it back."
put it back." No, I want that
I'm,
case. That's what it
I'm,
came in.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Uh, dude, you know what we should? I don't know if I should say this on the podcast, but you know what we should start a business. Comic book air fresheners.
God.
We're just gonna do all this. This is Silver Age. This is Golden Age. This is modern, and just all smell like new comics.
I
There
am
it is.
so down for that. I am so down for
I feel
that.
like even if they smell like crap,
Or a candle.
yeah, yeah. No, no, we can't be putting all that carbon in the air, man. Like we have to. We got to get the. It's just like you know, like the trees that hang in your car, but they look like a comic book, and
The little trees.
you could get like
Call them
Spider-Man covers.
little
We could
comics.
put covers on them, like Spider-Man covers. You could pick what hero you want. Anyways, great business idea. Anybody does it, you owe me 10%. The last on the list.
Only 10?
Hey, for not doing anything, just coming up with the idea, I'll take 10. Spider-Man 2099 number 1 rounds out the list of hot 10. First appearance of Spider-Man 2099. We know exactly why this is up. Hey, I don't feel like I'm in the minority here of not really knowing anything about 2099 before Spider-Verse. So, you know, he looked pretty awesome in that movie, and I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are jumping on that. You know,
Yeah, Spider-Man 2099. It's a good comic. I don't know if you've read it, if you've been able to get a chance to read it online or anything. It's a good comic. You know, a couple weeks ago, this was a $10 book.
yeah. And 9.8s are selling right now. It looks like for 186
Mm-hmm.
over the 148. That's 26 or 20% spike. So
26.
9.6. 9.6 is a 43% spike, 55% spike on the 9.4s. 6 copies of 9.4 sold outside their average this week. So I think it's still on its way up, it looks like.
Probably. That was, I think, the second we went into that movie, and I was like, 2099 is going to happen, and then that book's going to pop.
Yeah.
Before we went to the movie, and it was
Yeah.
like one of the first frames of the movie.
Yeah, for sure. Super cool comic. It's a cool cover, cool character that goes back into. Oh, this is 92. It looks like, so not super modern, not super recent, but still kind of in that creating new characters and being on top of that stuff. You know,
Yeah, it's a little bit in the beginning of the modern age. The
changes
80s were more
changes the
modern.
game up. Bring in
Yeah,
those
to
new
leave.
characters, get some new artwork, get some new styles, new artists. I think is super cool.
Indeed, indeed. I'm just I really loved his character. I like the way that they brought across the aggression in the movie on how
Mm-hmm.
aggressive and serious he is all the time. That's that dude. I
Yeah.
forget Miguel. No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah. He was. I think his design was really cool. He was my favorite character. If I was gonna pick
Yes,
a favorite new character in this one over the last one, I think I'm going Spider Punks. Man, he was so cool. He
Spider
was
Punk's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Spider Punk is sweet. I thought you were gonna say what's Spider the Yo Yo.
I mean, he was cool, but
Yeah,
not that cool. You know what I mean? So,
not Spider Punk cool.
yeah. The man. So, we definitely saw some Spider Man on this list. I'm excited with the Rhino. I'm excited to see that in CG. And I want to see the Swamp Thing stuff. What are your final thoughts on the top 10 of this week?
I think this is a really solid top 10 list. Every book has a good reason on being here, except for maybe number 10. Not that it
Yeah.
doesn't have a good reason to be here. It's an old golden age horror key,
Yeah.
but it's not a Swamp Thing key. It's not anything serious. It's just an old horror comic, which is cool. But Swamp Thing, I think that if I were to pick any book,
Pick your words carefully.
yeah, I was gonna say if I were to pick any book on this list, I don't know. It would have to be between one of the older like ASM 38, 39, or my train of thought just drove off.
What about 2099?
2099. I think it's
39,
here for good reason.
you got that 50.
Yeah.
I would go ASM 39 and then I'd sell it and buy the other 9 books on the list.
That's so funny. That's funny because I looked down, saw ASM 39. I was like, that's not the one I was just about to say, but I was gonna say House of Secrets 92.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's a tough one for me. If there wasn't as many amazing Spider-Man comics,
Mm-hmm.
figuratively, do you see the pun I did there? But if there wasn't as many good Spider-Man keys on this list, I would definitely be Swamp Thing. But a couple of these Spider-Man keys are really like, oh, if I had to pick just one and not
Yeah.
sell them by the rest.
Yeah. I like Ultimate Fallout number 4. I think I'm here for the first appearance of Miles.
I have like a third printing.
Third printing?
Yeah.
All right, give
It
it to
ain't
me.
nothing. It ain't worth nothing. It ain't no thousands of dollar book. It's worth the
Hey,
same cover price it was on day one.
hey, it's cool. We can just put it on a shelf over there. People don't know it's a third printing and we'll be good to
Yeah.
go. All right. I want to get into a couple things that are going on right now. Are you ready to learn some things? I'm going to learn to you real good right now.
I am ready.
The Thor annual number 1 came out this week, and they announced a new MODOK. So we got MODOK is bigger and badder than ever. Throw in some more paper. He's actually Mythos now, and I'm never gonna be able to say this all. Is instead of his old abbreviation, it's Master of Yggdrasil. I don't. That's the word I don't know. Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. It's probably a character that I don't know off the top of my head. Master of Yggdrasil, tyrant of humanity, and omnipotent savior, Mythos. So, I haven't been able to pick it up yet. I did go look at it. I was actually talking to Greg today. He's like, as soon as it hit the shelf, it was gone.
Dang.
Yeah. So, it's a big one. It's actually on Key Collectors Keys of the Week. It was number 1 yesterday. It's number 2 today after Spider-Man number 10. This you're very animated today. I'm here. You need to buy more hotels. So we're filming this on July 6th. So that's where we're at with the hot 10 and the keys of the week. Coming off of a Quantumania and that version of MODOK, I thought it was funny. Obviously not the best version of MODOK ever, but getting into this bigger, badder MODOK is pretty exciting to me. There's some
Yeah.
pictures of it. He looks massive.
Wow. I'm gonna have to pick it up if I can. Did you check out any of the shops
I
around
didn't,
us?
not yet. No,
No,
I
I
was
would check
gonna.
10th Planet because most of
That's
the
what I
time
was
when
gonna do.
Greg's doesn't have it, they do.
Yeah, they're a little bit bigger. They just buy stuff and just leave it on
They
shelves.
have a more quantity and less customers.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they're like the. It's more of like a.
I'm that far away and you heard that?
Oh yeah, it was so loud. It was so funny for you audio listeners. Uh, Javier is reliving his Bugs Bunny dreams, and he's trying to be Bugs Bunny from Space Jam, squirting bottles in his mouth of secret stuff. Um, yeah, they're totally different comics. I feel like Greg, they're comics, different comic book shops. So Greg's is smaller, way more intimate, way more chill, down to earth people. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we like them so much. You can go in there and have a conversation with them.
That's why I drive like almost an hour to get there.
Right. 10th Planet is a little bit closer, but it's just kind of like I don't
I'm
know.
gonna run in, run out.
Yeah, it's a different vibe for sure.
Mm.
So definitely want to pick that up. We got some TMNT stuff going on right now. Have you heard about any of it? They
I
got
heard something the other day, but I forgot it already.
the Street Fighter crossovers happening right now.
Yes.
The Street Fighter and Raphael got a new power announced. So he actually has one of the powers from Street Fighter now called the Chaos Power. And I have exactly what that is because I didn't. Oh, Psycho Power. Psycho Power feeds off the fear, anger, and hatred of others. This energy can affect the skin, body color, eyes, mind, and the hair of people.
Dang.
So I'm really curious to see where Raphael goes after this with that power because he already has kind of some of those moments, So
Yeah.
back that up with the Psycho Power, and it could probably be pretty crazy.
So I feel like Raphael can just fuel himself, right? Like in theory, and he's just like this totally like OP character.
Yeah, I mean, it feeds off the fear and anger and hatred of others. So
Of others. So does that create a loophole? Like he can't anger himself and make himself strong?
I would imagine that the power just grows stronger with the fear that he inflicts on others, and if he continues inflicting more fear, the power gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah.
That's his Batman voice.
I'm Raphael.
Do you remember the it from the movie?
Yeah,
Megan Fox. He's
right.
like, oh, he's doing his Batman voice. I'm not doing a voice. Shut up.
We also got another TMNT announcement that they're going to be doing a Stranger Things crossover. So TMNT does all the crossovers. They cross over with a ton of stuff.
Dude, I was so thrown off on why I've been seeing so many TMNT Stranger Things crossover action figures in Target.
They've been out for a while, so now it looks like the first actual crossover cover. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know. It was talking about the Upside Down and the Ninja Turtles. So yeah, crossover comic book. So I like Stranger Things. I like TMNT. Definitely a cool one. They did the Power Rangers crossover. Love that. I'm always here for stuff like that. So I think TMNT does that stuff the best as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know I had a couple copies of Stranger Things, a couple issues of it, but I didn't read it. I kind of just figured it was like the show or something like that. But now with this actually being a full crossover of TMNT and Stranger Things, I've been avoiding buying those toys.
Yeah.
Because like I want one of the brothers that's in it, but I don't want everything else. And I'm like, if I'm
Right.
gonna spend my money on something, I'd rather just buy two brothers or something,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But now I'm like, okay, well now that it's happening, I should probably get these, huh?
I mean, they're cool. Stranger Things is cool.
I think
Um,
they store their stuff in the shell. They're the ones that open the shell.
oh really?
Yeah,
I haven't looked at them too closely. I know our nephews have a couple of them, so and they. I mean, I've looked at like the exterior. I didn't know the shell opened up, but they're a really cool style.
yeah,
um, yeah, super excited for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yes.
I
And then
always love
August
that stuff.
4th,
Yes, I'm so pumped. We're
dude,
about
I'm
a month
ready.
out, yeah, because today's the 6th of July, so about a month out.
Dude,
So
it's gonna
excited.
come way too quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
crap. All right, we'll have to talk about some scheduling stuff after this.
yeah.
All right.
And then there's Blue Beetle.
Yeah, yeah. Which less excited about, but
I'm very excited just because the guy that's playing.
yeah, yeah. I'm excited for it. I just think somebody like Blue Beetle is not as exciting to me as the Ninja Turtles are for me. You know what I mean? So
We'll see. Watch.
oh,
I
oh
for some reason I'm really hoping that DC has a banger here, and you're just like, I love Blue Beetle.
yeah. I mean, I've seen Blue Beetle in some of the animated stuff. I think it's really cool. I think it's a really cool idea.
Mhm.
Um, I know. I feel like it'd be interesting to get a crossover between Marvel and DC, between Moon Knight and Blue Beetle, because of that like scarab kind of thing and the whole,
Yeah.
Egyptians, and I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't think we're ever going to see it, but I think it'd be cool. It could be awesome. Could be cool.
Who is that? Who is
I,
that?
I think it ended up into South Park somewhere, but I don't. It just kind of happened. Anyways, moving on from whatever the
Moving
heck that was.
forward.
Uh, Daredevil died, dude.
What?
Daredevil's dead.
What do you mean?
He died in Daredevil number 12. He killed himself in with Elektra's sigh, and he went to hell. And he went to there was like a boxing ring coming from like his dad in a boxing ring and all of his history. And as he leaves the ring to go fight the devil, his suit turns white. I had to actually here. I had to.
You got
But,
it.
sorry for the noise. I got a variant cover, but yeah, Daredevil, dude. I might just have to put a picture, put an actual picture in the podcast for the visuals. Uh,
Visuals. Dang.
yeah, this is more for
What?
hobby. Isn't that super cool?
Dang. For
I
what I can
think
see, and I can't even see it that good, but yes.
yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to, what?
I have comics to buy, dude. I have comics to buy. I've been out of town too long.
My dog just got twisted up in my headphones. Just,
Are you both okay?
I mean, everybody's okay. I think he just walked through it and freaked out and just like jumped halfway across the room.
Kind of
So
like
yeah,
thought there was a fly in his face or something.
I don't know what happened, but I lost headphones for a while. I haven't read the issue yet. I saw the pictures and read a little bit of a rundown. I kind of scrolled through the comic on Read All Comics, and I think it's talking about how like Daredevil is powered by like has God on his side or something. There's definitely some kind of connection of him, and he's always been really religious and he's Catholic, and that's kind of always been his big thing of how like going through the struggle of killing bad guys because they're bad and you have to do what you have to do, but he never kills them because of God and all this stuff. So now he's going to fight the devil with God on his side and his new white suit, and it sounds crazy. Sounds heavy. I think I'm
It's not
pumped.
gonna kill him.
Just God smites him down. It just turns into like a game of Smite. Um, but yeah, super excited about it. It was really crazy how it happened, but Um, him and Elektra started the fist to fight the hand, and Stick died, and it was there's a lot going on in Daredevil right now. With the show
Dang.
being pushed back indefinitely, we got to get Daredevil somewhere. So I'm
I
excited
mean,
that the comics are doing big things.
yeah, dude, I haven't. I need to start reading Daredevil again. I haven't read Daredevil in a
Yeah,
long time.
I'm behind again. I just kind of go on these. I'll have some time and I just sit and I read like a few issues of it, and then I don't have time again for a while, and then I see something like this. I'm like, okay, I got to read, and then I read a few issues, and then I'm like, okay, and then it's just like this push and pull, So, um, I know this run started with him giving New York City back over to Spider-Man and saying he's going to be gone for a while. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Dang, 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 dang. Lots of stuff.
Yeah, big things.
Yeah.
Big things happening. We got some DC news to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap it up with the Night Terrors. But first, I want to talk about an issue of Catwoman came out, Catwoman 56, and she's talking about the financial divide of people in Gotham. So she has this feeling that if there was better divide of financial stability inside of Gotham, there would be less reason for people to do bad things.
Right.
So if everybody had equal funds and things like this, there wouldn't really be henchmen for the Joker and stuff like that. So she's kind of looking into this narrative of splitting the wealth. It kind of almost seems like a little bit of like a Robin Hood type character, you
Yeah.
know, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, which she's kind of always had a little bit of, being a homeless girl from the streets and stuff. So, but it does talk about how, this might butt heads with Bruce a little bit, Bruce being so rich. And
Are they going to take
so
his money or they're going to give everybody else all of it? You know?
we'll see. Yeah. I know, like, Bruce has the Wayne Foundation and stuff, and to give back to the city, and he does do good stuff with his money, but it does seem like he's one of the most wealthy people in the city, and there's a lot of people without anything. So
Yeah.
kind of curious to see how this all unfolds. And it almost seems like Batman could end up the bad guy in this situation.
Yeah.
She's
I
trying
think
to.
he always kind of does, especially with that part of the gig, because I think there's been plenty of time, especially with Robert Pattinson's Batman,
Yeah.
to where he's so focused on being Batman and always having to help other people, and he's not focusing on being Bruce Wayne, because being Bruce Wayne is going to bring in the money and pay the
Yeah.
bills and keep your estate and let you continue to be Batman, and
Right.
he has a tough time being Bruce.
So I'm just kind of curious to see how that dynamic goes between Catwoman and Bruce in this. The Selena Kyle Bruce Wayne dynamic could get interesting for a couple issues and see where that ends up.
Probably
The
probably
big
going
one.
to be very interesting. I don't think it's going to be. Never mind, it doesn't make sense. I was trying to make a joke, but it doesn't make sense, so whatever.
Well, the big one coming from DC right now is Night Terrors. I don't know if you're up on this at all right now, or uh,
Hold up.
yeah. Nice.
Fish tacos.
So the big thing is Night Terrors right now. I don't know how. Are you on Night Terrors? I know you're busy right now. What you know about Night
Yes.
Terrors?
I know about Night Terrors. I did forgot to put it on my pull list at Greg's, but it is something that I'm like, I need every single issue.
Yes. Yes, it looks super cool. I got 2 of them today. The one shot coming out about like introducing it a little bit. I guess it started in the Free Comic Book Day issue from DC a little bit.
Yeah.
The John D, he was a character in Sandman, He was the one that controlled the whole restaurant scene. What was his name? I don't remember his name off the top of my head. Doctor something. Doctor
Uh,
Doctor Dynasty or something like that. Something
I'm
like that.
losing it.
But
I'm
he's
losing
dead
it.
now. He died in this whole thing, and Insomnia is a new villain, basically coming in to make everybody see heroes how he sees them, and heroes are going to be basically living out their worst nightmares. And included in that is people like Joker. So Joker's biggest nightmare is no Bruce Wayne to, be his yin to his yang, and
Yeah.
he has to work a 9 to 5 job. So they've also, looks like, I was talking to Jeremy about this too. They've taken over basically all DC Comics for 2 months. It seems, is, I don't know if it's 2 weeks or 2 months. So everything is going to be a Night Terrors issue.
I didn't
So the
know
new,
everything they were pushing out. I knew that they were doing pretty much everybody.
yeah. So
Everybody in the Bat family, at least.
the new Batman is Night Terrors. The new Joker is Night Terrors, and there's going to be some others. Um, but this sounds like a really cool idea. This is the stuff I want to see DC do movies about. This is, you know
Yes,
what I
dude.
mean? I don't.
Unfortunately, I feel like it'll land in Elseworld territory.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it's just like that. Like when we talked about Marvel versus DC, and Marvel has Endgame, Marvel has Secret Invasion, Secret Wars, all this stuff. These have these big key moments. I feel like this is one for DC. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those big DC moments that we could actually get, rather than just always having Batman. I love Batman. I love what Batman does. I love the Bat family. But you kind of want to see them working towards something big, and something
Yeah,
like Night Terrors could be that big thing for them.
a
The
100%.
Flashpoint stuff, Night Terrors. We
I was
could
gonna say, I think that was the last big mega key event was their Flashpoint in
uh
comic. Because I
I
mean, they've had a couple, but stuff that really resonated with the fans.
yeah, I also don't think DC's as good at making a big deal about it. I think they're doing this really well. Night Terrors is taking over all the comics. Night Terrors is
Yeah,
doing all this stuff. Um, but it's almost like One Bad Day stuff would be really cool, but it's almost like they wrote that comic in the Elseworlds world. You know what I mean? That almost
yeah,
already lives in Elseworlds. Um, but then you have stuff uh, like Nightwing got a brand new power and became the leader of the Justice League, but nobody really knows about it unless you're like really up on all this stuff. You know what I mean?
right.
Where like Marvel, I feel like, does a really good job at putting out this stuff and having these big collaborations. Even I felt like what is Damage Control? It wasn't like a big deal, but you saw Damage Control everywhere, and then they have a trade for it already. They have all this stuff out for it. So it's, I almost feel like I feel like DC shoots themselves in the foot a little bit. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
do have these events that could be really cool, but if they do more stuff like they're doing with Night Terrors right now, I think it could be really cool. Like Lazarus Planet was also a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think it seems like they're moving more in that direction. Um, but we'll. I know this is a comic book episode, but I'm curious to see if we do start seeing some of these comic books big moments really resonate on the camera with these movies.
Yeah,
I know they.
I think they gotta be. You know what I'm saying? I think that like, especially what the move is lately is like, let's do these stories that can translate into the movies. I feel like they're
Yeah,
writing it to be made into movies at this point.
and I think it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they do it well.
Yes, me too. I agree with you.
But that's where I don't think we're doing a pull list. All my pull lists were basically the stuff we talked about. Night Terrors, both things that we wanted to, um, Daredevil, obviously with the new suit, was something I definitely wanted to pick up. The Thor annual,
Yep.
and I mean, I gotta just say, there's a new Fairyland that just came out, so gotta
There
have
we
that.
go.
Gotta
There
have
it
an
is.
honorable mention. There's our 4 books.
Right.
I do know Moon Knight 25 is out this week as well, with an enormous 25th issue. So, just wanted to mention that because I know we'd have talked about Moon Knight a ton, and
Yeah.
number 25 is coming out. Moon
We're
Knight's
here for
past and present collide,
Oh boy.
leading into his first event series. So, another really cool comic. I think this is a really good week to do this all comics episode. There's a ton of stuff going on, ton of cool news dropping. We got a new MODOK. He looks like he could challenge the Hulk pretty significantly from the pictures. So definitely here for all the stuff coming out, and that Hot 10 list with all the Spider-Man and a $52,000 book. I think this is a cool episode.
Me too. I want to know who spent the 52 grand and like how much of their net worth it was, you know?
Darren.
Dude, it probably was.
That'd be so cool.
I should just text them.
Yeah.
Yo, did you buy?
Any other comic book news or events that you want to touch on before we get out of here, man?
Man, I think that's it. I think that about wraps up everything. I'm stoked on this list. This is a really good list. This is a really good list for all new. I think it was just a great podcast all around, to be honest with you. If I don't keep my
there we go. Every once in a while we do our thing, you know?
Yeah, every once in a while we can do it, and we have a very successful one, you know?
There it is. Night Terror's Black Adam. There's a Night Terror's Black Adam. I wanted to tell you about that. I forgot. I just saw it on the Keys of the Week on Key Collector. So on that note, check out all the links in the description for things like free money. Use the link in the description. Sign up for Whatnot. Get $10 to use anywhere on Whatnot. Come hang out with Javier and his Whatnot streams. Put that $10 on a book or anything like shoes, antiques, clothes. Get Dubby Energy, Jitterless Energy, Dubby.gg, Code Collective Comics at checkout. Gets you 10% off. And until next time, Javier
this
has
has been Collective Comics.
All right.
We'll see y'all.